The Rhodora by Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Theme: the appreciation of beauty in nature and the idea that beauty exists for its own sake. The poem suggests that beauty, like the Rhodora flower, doesn't need to justify its existence to anyone. The Rhodora celebrates the loveliness of the humble flower of the poem's title. The poem's speaker comes across a Rhodora bush while taking a walk and describe how its immense beauty enhances its rather bleak surroundings. While wise men might wonder that higher purpose its beauty serves, the speaker muses that it doesn't matter. The Rhodora is beautiful, and that is the reason enough for it to exist. Beauty, this poem suggests, it's valuable for its own sake. Beauty in its largest and profoundest senses is one expression of the universe. God is the all-fair, truth, and the goodness and beauty, but different faces of the same all. Words that imply that beauty is one of the faces of God. Beauty need not to be depended or explained. It is a manifestation of God's presence on earth.
Rhodora by Ralph Waldo Emerson beautifully illustrates the timeless lesson that beauty exists inherently and does not require validation or explanation from external sources. Throughout the poem, Emerson's speaker encounters the stunning Rhodora flower in the solitude of the woods during May. The very presence of this flower, with its leafless bloom spreading in a damp nook, exemplifies the essence of beauty without needing justification. Emerson's speaker observes the purple petals of the rhodora fallen into a pool, enhancing the water's beauty. This imagery highlights how the flower's beauty enhances its surroundings effortlessly, without seeking approval or recognition. Furthermore, the mention of the red bird coming to cool its plums and court, court the flower emphasizes how beauty attracts and captivates without needing to justify its existence. In the latter part of the poem, Emerson's speaker addresses the Rhodora directly, asking asking it to explain why it exists. The response provided tell them dear that if eyes were made for seeing, then beauty is its own excuse for being, reinforces the idea that beauty is self-justifying and does not require external validation or explanation. Additionally, the speaker's admission of ignorance regarding the reason for the Rhodora's presence underscores the notion that beauty transcends rational understanding and simply exists as part of the natural order. By reflecting on the Rhodora's beauty and contemplating its significance, Emerson invites readers to recognize and appreciate the inherent beauty in the world around them. The poem serves as a reminder that beauty exists independently of human perception or interpretation and encourage individuals to embrace and celebrate the intrinsic beauty that surrounds them.
The Rhodora is a poem written by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it is often considered as a sonnet because it follows the basic structure and form of a sonnet. A sonnet is a specific type of poem that consists of 14 lines, traditionally written in iambic pentameter. There are various forms of sonnets, and the Rhodora adheres to the structure of the Italian or Petrarchan sonnet. The Italian sonnet typically consists of an octave, 8 lines, followed by a sestet, 6 lines. The octave often presents a problem or situation, and the sestet provides a resolution or commentary on the issue. The Rhodora follows this structure, with the first 8 lines contemplating the beauty of the Rhodora and questioning its purpose in the natural world. The final 6 lines then offer a resolution, suggesting that the flower's beauty is reason enough for its existence. In addition to its formal structure, sonnets often explore themes of love, nature, beauty, or philosophical ideas. Emerson's The Rhodora falls in line with these characteristics, further supporting its classification as a sonnet. The genre of the poem, on the other hand, is considered lyric poetry due to its unique characteristics that align with the convention of this poetic form. Lyric poetry is a genre that emphasizes the expression of personal emotions, thoughts, and feelings of the poet, often in a musical and imaginative manner. The Rhodora exhibits these features through its introspective and reflective tone, where Emerson contemplates the beauty of nature and its connection to human existence. The poem is characterized by its brevity and emotional intensity, capturing a moment of inspiration and wonder. Lyric poetry often focuses on a single, vivid emotion or theme, and the Rhodora exemplifies this by exploring the profound impact of the simple yet exquisite flower on the poet's perception of the world.
In the number of lines, obviously, the poem is consisting of 16 lines. Then if we are going to divide it into 4 stanza, the lines in each stanza will be 4. But no matter how we put division on the poem, the number of lines as a whole remains the same, and each line is skillfully constructed to reveal the beauty and symbolism of the Rhodora flower. Now let's move on to the stanzaic structure of the poem. As we can see, the lines arranged into a single stanza. It is not divided into a group of lines, but it can be also broken up into 4 stanzas composed of 4 lines called 4 quatrains. And whatever its structure, it will consistently follows a particular rhyme scheme that overall resulting in a balanced and structured form.
Good day, everyone. Today we are going to continue the discussion about the structures of the poem The Rhodora by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So I'm gonna discuss about the meter, which is the meter of the Rhodora is iambic pentameter, and its rhyming scheme is AA, BB, CD, CD, EE, FF, GH, GH. So let's find out why it is under iambic pentameter, where we all know that iambic pentameter is composed of one stress and followed by the one unstressed syllables. But some line of the poem doesn't follow these structures, like the third line where there are two sequential stress, but still the poem is under iambic pentameter. So let's read the poem in order for us to see where our voice is gonna have the stress and unstress. And also to find out why is the rhyme scheme is A A B B C D C D E E F F G H G H. In May, when sea winds pierce our solitudes, I found the fresh Rhodora in the woods. So solitudes and woods is an end rhyme, so it is the same AA. Spreading its leafless blooms in a damp nook to please the desert and the sluggish brook. So wood, solitudes, and nook is not same rhyme, but nook and brook have the same end rhyme, so it is BB. The purple petals fallen in the pool made the black water with their beauty gay. Here might the red bird come his plumes to cool, and court the flower that cheapens his array. So full and gay doesn't have a rhyme, but it has a rhyme to the word cool. So full and cool is CC, and gay and array has the same end rhyme, so it is DD. Rhodora, if sages ask thee why, this charm is wasted on the earth and sky. So as you notice, the end of the line, which is Y and sky, have the same end rhyme. So it is EE. Tell them, dear, that if the eyes were made for seeing, then beauty in its own excuse for being. Seeing and being have the same end rhyme, so it is FF. It doesn't rhyme to the word sky, so let's proceed to the letter F. Why the word there, O rival of the rose? I never thought to ask, I never knew. So rose and new doesn't have a rhyme, so HGH. But in my simple ignorance, suppose the self same power that brought me there brought you. So new and you have the same rhyme, so it is HH, and the word suppose and rose is GG. Again, the meter of the poem is iambic pentameter, and the rhyming scheme is A A B B C D C D E E F F G H G H. Just remember that when reading the poem is you need to read the poem each line of the poem in your normal tone so that you can notice where the stress and unstress. The other structures will be report by the next reporter.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm here to discuss the mood and the tone of the poem Rhodora. So when we say contemplative and introspective, it is a state of mind where a person is deeply reflective, thoughtful, and self-examining. In this mood, individuals tend to spend time pondering over their thoughts, feelings, and experiences, often seeking deeper understanding of themselves and their actions. Contemplations involve a calm and focused mental state where one is not easily distracted, influenced by external stimuli. This mood encourages self-reflection and can lead to personal growth and self-awareness. Introspection, on the other hand, is the act of examining one's own thoughts, feelings, and motivations. It is a process that helps individuals gain insight into their inner workings, which can lead to improved decision-making and emotional well-being. That is the mood of the poem Rhodora, where it is evident on the piece itself. The tone of the Rhodora is reverent and appreciative in nature beauty. It is refers to a style of expression that conveys deep secret, admiration, and gratitude towards the subject being discussed. This tone acknowledges the significance and value of the Rhodora or the flower itself, as it symbolizes the flower, and the writer or speaker conveys their feelings in a way that reflects their appreciations and reverence for it. Reverent and appreciative tone in beauty emphasizes the importance of the subject and the feelings of awe, respect, and gratitude it inspires, fostering a sense of admiration and aspiration in the audience. So the tone of the Rhodora is that it is appreciative. For Rhodora, it symbolizes a flower, a beautiful flower, and it's also an appreciation to the uh, beauty of Rhodora.
Hi, my name is Susan Marino, and we will be reporting about the figures of speech used in the poem entitled The Rhodora by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So, first is the personification, where it is a type of figurative speech in which human characteristics are attributed to non-human objects, abstractions, or ideas. The poet describes them as if they were real people. So, to make it detailed, below is a part of a poem that shows personification. So, in the line 3, that says, spreading, it's spreading, spreading its leafless brook in a damp nook. And line 4, to please to please to please the desert and a damp nook. To please the desert and a damp brook. To please the desert and sluggish brook. Second is the apostrophe. Apostrophe is a limited form of personification where it occurs when characters addresses speech to a person, animal, idea, or object. In the poem, apostrophes are almost found in all the lines. For example, Rhodora, if the sage asked thee why, this charm is wasted on earth and the sky. Tell them, dear, that if eyes were made for seeing, then beauty is its own excuse of being. In the poem above, speaker is calling Rhodora as dear. In this part, apostrophe is function as making the content poem impress, lively, and expressive. Third is the hyperbole or overstatement. It is a kind of figures of speech in which exaggeration is used to emphasize statement in an extreme way and to produce it very dramatic. Let's examine the following line, the poem The Rhodora. Line 9. Rhodora, if the sage asked thee why. Line 10. This charm is wasted on the earth and the sky. So, in that lines, poet stories how hyperbolic expression will be felt when reading the 10th line. Because, actually, human only can see Rhodora in earth. So, how did the charm get to the sky? The poet uses diction, sky, to increase an exaggerated effect on the poem.
Hi, my name is Jubilin P. Villau, and let's continue the discussion. Allegory. Allegory is an extended or prolonged metaphor. We can say that an allegory has two meanings, the literal meaning and the symbolic one. The literal meaning is a metaphor for the real meaning behind it. Using allegory, an author can present one thing in the guise of something else. A story which contains of allegory usually contains a series of actions which are in fact represent other actions. For example, in the poem, in May, when sea winds pierced our solitudes, I found the fresh in the woods, spreading its leafless blooms in a damp nook, to please the desert and the sluggish brook. Allegory may be found in the fourth line from poem. The speaker tells us about the Rhodora's journey start when sea wind blows, then the fresh Rhodora found in the woods, till the petals spread damp angles in the desert also flows, which flows slowly. Next is the synecdoche. A synecdoche, a condition where a part of something is used to represent the whole thing, or the whole thing is used to represent a part of it. For example, the purple petals fallen in the pool made the black water with their beauty. The words the purple petals used to substitute the word as well as a part of the Rhodora's flower. The last one is metonymy. Metonymy is replacing the word that is actually meant with something associated with an object or idea. In other words, one word is submitted with another. Here might the redbird come his plumes to cool, and curd the flower that deepens his array. Rhodora, if the sages ask thee why, this charm is wasted on earth and sky. Tell them, dear, that if eyes were made for seeing, then beauty is its own excuse for being. Why thou wert there, O rival of the rose? The words the flower and the rose are used to substitute the Rhodora, and they have closely associated meaning. And that ends our discussion about figure of speech used in the poem. Thank you.
So this is the overall meaning for the Rhodora by Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's a celebration of inherent beauty found in nature and the idea that beauty doesn't need justification or explanation. The poem marvels at the simple beauty of the Rhodora flower and suggests that its existence is enough reason for admiration. It emphasizes the idea that beauty is its own justification and doesn't need to serve any purposes. Additionally, the poem hints at a sense of interconnectedness between the poet and the natural world, suggesting that they both share a common source of existence and appreciation for beauty. That's all. Thank you. So that's end for our report. Thank you for listening.